You know, why believe the truth when the lie is more entertaining? Are you a person that's going around still thinking that Bitcoin is a scam? I really can't believe this. So I'm going to be telling you a few reasons why I think Bitcoin isn't a scam. Coming right up.
What's up, Crypto Land? Black Crypto here, bringing you another cryptocurrency video. Hey, I want to thank each and every one of you who's been following me over the years and allowing me to teach you the basics about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. But I can use your help. So make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell so you'll be notified anytime I release any new videos right here on my channel. And also to help me grow, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That helps my videos get discovered right here on YouTube. Let's get into the video.
You know, when we think about Bitcoin right now, a lot of individuals are really scared in terms of jumping into Bitcoin. Of course, this is because it's a new technology and it has a correlation when it comes to money. Anytime it has something to do with money and somebody is losing money, you're quick to call it a scam. But when it comes in comparison, when it comes to cash, is Bitcoin any different than cash? I mean, me and you we're kind of used to using electronic cash. Once you start putting your money inside of a bank account, that bank now owes you a debt, and now you're just using electronic cash. Now, the way you use your money has changed over the several years. I mean, we've had checks and we've had debit cards and things of that nature, and we still, of course, have cash. So why is Bitcoin any different in terms of something that you can use that's completely digital? I mean, this is one of the reasons why a lot of people, I guess, are calling it a scam, because they see on the market, it goes up and it goes down and it goes up and it goes down. But unless you know the reasons of why it's going up and down, why you have that volatility, you really can't call Bitcoin a scam. I mean, when it comes to cash, cash is counterfeited every single day all over the world. Cash is used in terms of the hands of criminals every single day in terms of the world, but you're still using it. You're not calling cash a scam. I mean, we already know that cash isn't worth the paper that it's printed on. We know that it's simply a promise by the government, but you're still going around using it. So when it comes to in terms of Bitcoin, why isn't Bitcoin a scam? One of the areas that I want to talk about has to do with technology, the technology behind Bitcoin. And this has to do with blockchain. It's revolutionary technology. When you talk about cash, the only kind of technology behind cash is paper or cotton and ink, really. When you talk about blockchain, this is very revolutionary in terms of being immutable. When you talk about it being decentralized and censor resistant, something that we haven't seen in terms of a technology before when you put it together with currency. Now, this is also something that you have to think about in terms of technology, that when it comes to being confiscatable, and not only confiscatable by your banks or by your governments in terms of something that cannot happen, but it can happen with your cash. Also with cash can be very easily duplicated. I mean, we're going around and seeing a lot of counterfeits out there in terms of cash, and also in the hands of criminals, which you really do not see as much when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency technology. Also, another great benefit of the technology is that Bitcoin has never been hacked from its inception. I mean, Bitcoin has been around for over 11 years and it hasn't been hacked. I mean, I've been hacked in terms of my Bitcoin being stolen, but it wasn't my Bitcoin itself that was hacked in terms of the blockchain technology. It was the company that was holding the Bitcoin on my behalf. I mean, it's no different than a bank being robbed. I mean, when a bank is robbed in terms of a bank account, you probably would look at it in terms of, I hope it's insured, but you would never blame the cash. You would also never blame the bank because of that insurance, or you could blame the bank in terms of, hey, you should have had more security measures in place to help you probably prevent yourself from getting robbed. It's the exact same thing when it comes to cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency itself hasn't been hacked, but there's a lot of exchanges online that has hackers go in and steal millions of dollars. And this is one of the things that you've been hearing a whole lot in terms of the news. In terms of the fear, probably what you're thinking in terms of the risk, in terms of getting involved with blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole. You know, the second area that I want to talk about in terms of why I think Bitcoin is not a scam has to do with fintech. Fintech is one of the fastest growing segments when it comes to technology. And not only fintech, when I talk about fintech, I'm talking about blockchain patents. I mean, you know, you have a lot of different companies out there that's telling you not to get involved with blockchain because it might be a scam. I'm talking particularly about banks. But guess what? If you do a simple search for Bank of America patents, you would know that at one time, Bank of America had the largest number of patents for blockchain technology. I mean, they hold a crypto patent in terms of managing crypto assets in terms of an enterprise account. You know, you also have the CEO of JP Morgan in terms of Chase that was going around telling everybody that Bitcoin is a scam, Bitcoin is a fraud. But guess what? JP Morgan also holds a lot of patents when it comes to blockchain technology. I mean, you have a lot of these companies in terms of these banks telling you not to get involved because they want to get on board in terms of their technology because they're already late to the race and they want to get ahead of everybody. So they tell you not to get involved with it so they can go ahead and make all the money from it and then now have a lot of technology or have a lot of roadblocks in place when it starts to take off again. Guess who also have patents when it comes to blockchain technology? Walmart. Walmart also holds several patents when it comes to technology in terms of blockchain. One of their patents have to do with managing smart appliances on a blockchain. I mean, listen guys, all you have to do is a simple search online to find out all of this stuff in terms of smoke and mirrors behind the scene to find out what's going on in terms of the technology. Don't only look at the price and say, hey, I'm not going to get involved with it, or you know, the media is calling it a scam, so I'm not going to get involved with it. Find out exactly how beneficial this technology is and how revolutionary it's going to be in the future. So the third area or reason why I think Bitcoin isn't a scam have to do with the government. The government is constantly discussing regulations when it comes to cryptocurrencies. If cryptocurrencies were a scam, then why would the government try to be regulating it? I mean, the government would simply come out and say, hey, cryptocurrency is a Ponzi scheme, or it's some kind of financial scheme that you don't want to get involved with. Or if you get involved with it, we are going to arrest you. When it comes to the World Economic Forum, this is a group of 40 central banks and regulators and institutions that are all discussing right now on how to regulate and how to deploy CBDCs. In terms of CBDCs, this is the central bank digital currencies, and we have a lot of countries that are interested in this. Why are a lot of countries interested in this? Is because they're trying to move from a cash society to a cashless society. Of course, producing cash is very, very expensive, and this would be a very big benefit to a government. You have a lot of governments that's on the forefront that's trying to do this. You have, for instance, the Bahamas, but you also have China, which is definitely on the forefront of this. Why? Because China has over 80 different patents related to CBDCs. Not only that, you have South Korea, you have France, you have Germany that have all come out recently and said, you know what? We're going to now start accepting cryptocurrency as a legal form of currency. Whenever it comes to a new technology, you don't have to look at the price of it. Just look at what is the government saying about that technology. You know, the last area that I want to talk about in terms of why I think that Bitcoin isn't a scam has to do with the companies that are using cryptocurrency. Now, we're going to be talking about two different companies that you're used to. The first has to do with Facebook. We all know that Facebook has well over 1 billion users, and each and one of us have a Facebook account, or our company has a Facebook account. When it comes to Facebook, they were researching cryptocurrencies from way back in 2017, and they decided to launch their own cryptocurrency named Libra. In terms of this cryptocurrency project, they started to band together with a lot of different other companies, for instance, like eBay, PayPal, MasterCard, Stripe, a lot of these different financial institutions. They have since left that particular project because they ran into a lot of different problems in terms of launching Libra. But Facebook is still going forward with this particular project and hopefully going to be launching that project this year in 2020 or 2021. The reason why they haven't launched the project yet is because they're seeking regulatory approval, and until they get that regulatory approval, they won't launch this project. But when it comes to Facebook, if they're getting involved with cryptocurrency, that should tell you something in terms of having this big company that you trust with all your personal data, you use pretty much every single day, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. And if they're going to be holding their own Libra in terms of their own cryptocurrency, or probably accepting other forms of payment through cryptocurrencies, this should give some legitimacy to cryptocurrency as a whole. Another company that I want to talk about has to do with Twitter. Now, when it comes to Twitter, Twitter is a micro-blogging platform that revolutionized the way that we were using SMS or text messages and putting it online. Now, when it comes to the actual website itself, it's not that pretty. It's a little bit dull and bland today. But at one point, Twitter revolutionized user interfaces through its framework known as Bootstrap. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of websites out there today utilize this framework called Bootstrap. Now, the person that's in charge of Twitter is Jack Dorsey, and I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. I actually compare him to an Elon Musk. In terms of Elon Musk, you know him, and people call him the Iron Man of tech because of his Tesla and SpaceX and his Solar City and how he incorporated all of those companies, and he's starting to incorporate them all together. Jack Dorsey is also on the forefront of technology, and I think he's going to be doing exactly the same thing. He's a little bit more low-key than Elon Musk when it comes to actually doing this. But his other company you're very familiar with as well. When it comes to his other company, we're talking about Square. Square is another platform that utilizes payments and allows merchants to accept credit cards from people all over the world in terms of them selling their goods and services. Now, one thing that you probably do not know is the subsidiary of Square is the Cash App. And we all know about the Cash App. Everybody talks about, hey, Cash App me, in terms of sending money in terms of peer-to-peer. Now, did you also know in terms of the Cash App, you can buy Bitcoin as well? But that's not where it's interesting. In terms of Square, they're on the forefront of the technology in terms of developing technology for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Just recently, Square came out with the LDK, which is the Lightning Development Kit, which is allowing web developers like me to start experimenting with blockchain technology and making it very easy for us to incorporate those technology into different apps. Now, what does this mean in terms of Square, in terms of the Lightning Development Kit? This means that there's a potential for this in terms of Square incorporating these payment platform into Twitter. And once you start to do that, because of course Twitter has hundreds of millions of followers, you talk about the adoption is now going to be widespread. Not only that, you're talking about in terms of Bitcoin, which can be broken up into 100 million pieces, which means that now you can make very small donations or small payments to individuals through tweets, for instance, in terms of donating to somebody, or in terms of goods and services, which would make it very, very economical in terms of doing that for very cheap in terms of transaction fees. So there you have it, guys. That's the reason why I think that Bitcoin is not a scam. I gave you a few good reasons why I think that Bitcoin is not a scam. One, in terms of its technology, in terms of its track record. Two, in terms of fintech and the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as a whole. Three, in terms of the government still regulating cryptocurrency and haven't come out and just simply told you that Bitcoin is a scam. And four, finally, in terms of the companies that's also using or getting involved with cryptocurrencies. Guys, stop going out there and listening to other people tell you that cryptocurrency is a scam. I mean, I understand because you don't want to lose your money by putting it into the market because it's so volatile. But eventually, cryptocurrency is going to be more stable. And not only that, more and more people are going to be using cryptocurrency, and it's going to be widely spread in terms of adopted throughout the entire world. And you won't be able to get around using cryptocurrency, and you would have to start converting your cash to cryptocurrencies, and eventually we won't be using cash any longer. But you know what? If you still think that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is a scam, leave a comment below. Let me know, why do you think that cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin is still a scam? Guys, I'm Black Crypto. Thank you for checking out another cryptocurrency video. Make sure you go ahead and stop over to my Instagram and my Twitter at BLK Crypto. Please follow me there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.